Hi everyone, welcome back to the course. As you may recall, we've already learned some of the numbers in English from 0 to 1000 in a previous lesson. But today's going to be a little bit different because in this lesson we're going to learn how to say larger numbers, okay, starting with 1000. So we learned 0 to 1000, but now we're going to learn 1000 and then all the way up, okay, 10,000, a million, and even bigger numbers, okay? All right, this lesson for you is going to be very useful if you want to specify amounts of large quantity, okay? It's also going to be really handy for you to talk about money because when we talk about these large numbers, the rules for telling these numbers are very simple, okay? And they're sometimes a little bit different depending on what country you're in. For example, what we say in America for numbers is a little bit different than what they say in Canada. All right, so we're going to go ahead and discuss some of that. First, what I want to tell you is that in the United States of America, we use commas to separate the thousands, the millions, and the billions places, like as you see here. This is a comma, this is a comma, here's a comma too. I mean, we have 1 and 2 commas here, another one and another one. So we have many commas, okay? In other countries, they use a decimal point. Do you know what a decimal point is? A decimal point looks like this. So here we have 1000 with a comma. But in other countries, they would use a decimal point, a dot, okay? That's their version of 1000. And in other countries, they don't use anything. Okay, they don't use a comma and they don't use a decimal point. So other countries it will look like this. So they use a space. You see how there's a space right here? So they don't use anything. Okay, but like I said, in the United States we use commas. All right, so guys, let's go ahead and begin the lesson. We're going to look at the order of large numbers now. And basically it's easy. It goes like this: 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, 1 million, 10 million, 100 million, and 1 billion. Okay, these are the large numbers in English, starting with 1,000. Again, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, 1 million, 10 million, 100 million, and 1 billion. And notice how we place the commas. We count like this: 1, 2, 3, comma. 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 And look at a billion. Look. Right here we have 9 zeros for a billion. So 1, 2, 3, comma, 4, 5, 6, comma, 7, 8, 9, comma, and then we have the number 1. Okay, and that's a billion. So here you have 3 commas. All right. Now, in another country, you'd have 3 decimal points. This is a decimal point. And in other countries, you just have 3 spaces. Okay, you have a space here, a here, and one right here. Okay, so those are the numbers in English. Now, when we say numbers such as 1,000, million, and billion, they do not become plural, guys. We do not say thousands. We do not say millions. We do not say billions. We just say 1,000, million, and billion. Okay? Let's look here. We have 7,000 versus 7,000s. Okay? Again, 7,000 versus 7,000s. Which one is correct? Do you know? Which one is right? Which one is correct? Actually, this one right here is correct. Okay? This one is good. This one is bad. Okay? We say in English, we say 7,000, but we don't say 7,000s. Okay? We don't say that. Let's look at the next one. 1,025,000 people versus 1,025,000 people. Again, do you know which one is correct? Remember, we don't use an S in English. So therefore, the only answer that we can choose is actually, it's not this one. Why? Because we have an S right here. 1,025,000 people. We can't say that in English. It doesn't sound good. We have to say 1,025,000 people. Okay? So, again, Don't use S. Also, when people speak English, instead of saying 1,000 or 1 million or 1 billion, they say it like this: 1,000, a million, a billion. So you'll see right here, we have 1,000, 1 million, and 1 billion becomes 1,000, okay? A million, right? And this one right here, 1 billion, it would be a billion. Okay, just like that. We use the letter A. Okay. So these ones are pretty easy. Now, I want to show you some examples of numbers. Can you go ahead and help me with saying these numbers? I'm going to write random numbers here. So let's see. I'll write a random number, okay? And you tell me how to say the number. You think in your head. How about that number? Okay, that's a 7. How do we say a number like this? Well, let's look here. We have 10,000, and here we have a 17 in that place. Instead of a 10, we have a 17. So we'll say 17,000. Okay, replace the 10 with 17,000. And then how do you say that? 832. Okay, 17,832. Sometimes when you see the comma here, people will say it with and. Okay, sometimes people will say that. 17,832. Okay, sometimes people will say it without and. Okay, so it just depends on the person. And you have to memorize this, guys. This is kind of hard. Okay, you can say it in many different ways. You could say 17,832. Sometimes people right there in that spot, they'll put an and. 17,832. Okay? People will also say that. So if they put and right here, okay, then they won't put and right here. But if you say 17,832, you only can put and right here, okay? You cannot say 17,832. Okay, that doesn't sound too good. Just use it once. 17,832 or 17,832. Okay? So there's many different ways you could say it. Let's do one more, okay? Or maybe we'll do another one. Or another 2. Who knows? All right. Tell me, what is this number? What is that number? Okay, so look, we have 1 comma. So here has 1 comma as well in this spot. So we have 100,000 here, but here we have 876,000. Okay, so we'll put 876,000. And then what do we have here? 502. Okay, so 876,502. Okay, also guys, now remember how I told you we can have the word and? Sometimes people will say it like this: 876,502, or 876,502. They'll put an and here, and they'll put an and here. Okay? We're just talking about how normal people say it in everyday conversations, okay? For me, for example, if I see a number like this, I would say it like this: 17,832. Okay, so I would typically put and right here. How I speak. I'm from California, okay? For this one, I would say 876,502. Okay, other people will put and right here where the comma is, remember? For example, the proper grammatical way, I think, is to say it like this: 876,000 and okay, right where the comma is, and 502. Okay, I think people would say this more in Canada, okay, but in California, at least, in the United States, sometimes we don't say and, okay? It just depends on the person. Let's do one more. I'm gonna do one more with you. A big number. Let's do, I'm gonna write it here. I don't wanna write it up there. I'll write it here below. Tell me, what is this number? All right. We have 2 commas, 1 and 2. How would you say something like that? Well, if you look here, it's similar to this number, right? We have 10 million here. 10 is right here, and then this is million. Here we have 9 million. Okay, 999,000, 999. Okay, so 9,999,999. Okay. Notice how I say it. I say 9 million. You could say 9 million and, okay, if you want, you could put the and right there. 9,999,000 and 999. Okay, so you can say it like that. Put and where the comma is. But you can also say it like this. Like how I would normally say it would be like this. I would say it like this, and I'm from California, guys, so it might be different depending on where you go in the United States. It might be different if you go to Canada. It might be different if you go to another country. But I would say it like this. 9 million, okay, I need my commas. 9 million 900 and I put the and right here. 9,999,900 and right here 99. That's how I would say it. Okay? 9,999,999. Okay? Or you could put it where the commas are, okay? And that's grammatically correct. Okay? So it just depends. You can say your numbers in different ways, and if you don't want to use and, don't use and. Okay? If you don't want to use and, okay? You don't have to use and. Okay? So, depends on different speakers. All right? Anyways, enough of that. Let's go ahead and continue, okay? We have a lot more to cover. So, besides numbers, guys, we're also going to be learning about sequences, okay? We're going to more specifically learn about sequence adverbs, okay? Adverbs that help you talk about a sequence or a series of events. Now, sequence adverbs are words that help you enumerate points, okay? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, an order or a list of things that you do, okay? So, it helps you enumerate points or a sequence, and here are a few examples of words like that. First, second, and third. You'll also see it written like this. First, see how we get the ST right here? ST. Second, ND. See the ND comes from right here. And then we have third. RD. RD. The next one would be fourth with a TH, so it's a little different than fifth, sixth. All the other ones have TH, okay? So these ones you'll have to memorize a little bit as well. But there we have first, second, third. Oftentimes in speech, guys, people add ly to the end of the word. Both forms of the word are correct, okay? So if you want to take the word like from here or up here, put it here, ly, you get firstly, which is the same. First, firstly. Secondly, thirdly. Okay, we just add ly. Firstly, secondly, thirdly. Let's look at these examples. First, I woke up. Okay, or you could say, firstly, I woke up. Secondly, I washed my face. Okay, second, I washed my face. Thirdly, I brushed my teeth. Third, I brushed my teeth. First, I woke up. Second, I brushed my I washed my face. Third, I brushed my teeth. Okay, I almost said I brushed my face, but we don't brush our face, okay? We wash our face. We brush our teeth, okay? All right, guys, so just make sure you memorize ly at the ends of these words, okay? So you can use both, it doesn't matter. Oftentimes, guys, we have other words such as next that we use in English. People, English speakers, they use next for something that happens after something else happens or after something else in general. And let's look at a few examples. Next, the word next comes after one of these words here, okay? For example, first we went to the park. Next, period. Okay, next we headed downtown. That doesn't have to be a period, it can also be a comma. It could be like, first we went to the park, pause. Next we headed downtown, okay? So you can see we have first in the beginning. It always comes in the beginning. First we went to the park. Next, it comes after first. We headed downtown. We went downtown. Next, you have a comma after it, okay? First we ordered drinks. And then we got pizza. So you can see we have another word, right, which is kind of similar to next, okay? The word is then, all right? And then we did this, and then we did that, okay? First we ordered drinks, and then we got pizza. Or you could say, first we ordered drinks, next we got pizza. Okay, so you can say it how you want. Next and then are similar, okay? All right, we'll go to the next one. The next one that we say is after that, or after, okay, to talk about a sequence of events. Bobby graduated from college, and after he became a doctor. Okay. You don't have to say and. You could say Bobby graduated from college, period, after he became a doctor. Or you could say after that, comma, he became a doctor. You could say it in different ways. All right? Okay. One more to go, guys. Now, when you want to finish what you're saying, okay, in the series of sequences, you can say either the word finally or you can say lastly. So finally and lastly are the words that we use at the end of a sequence. Okay, so finally I went to school. Or you could say lastly I went to school. Done. You end the sequence. It's done there. Okay, and as you can see here, we have to place a comma after the word when we're talking about the sequence, okay? So we have to place the comma after the word when it's at the beginning of the sentence. So see here we have first, comma, finally or lastly, comma, dot, 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 dot. Okay? All right, guys, that's about it for this lesson. Yeah, so just make sure you memorize first, second, third, and then make sure you memorize the sequence of numbers, okay? How we use numbers and how we don't say numbers with the plural, with an S, 7,000 versus 7,000s. We don't say 7,000s, okay? So guys, that's it for this lesson. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll definitely see you in the next lesson, okay? Bye guys, see you next time.